Now, there's been a wave of protests across the country over service delivery and housing. Last week, Alexandra residents brought the township to a halt, and a day after, protests erupted in Tshwane.
This morning, more than 150 residents in Kagiso, west of Johannesburg, went on the rampage, blocking roads with rocks and boulders and burning tyres. They're protesting over electricity cuts. Our reporter Nozintombi Miya was in Kagiso.
Well, a very good afternoon to you. We are still here in Kagiso Extension 6, where community members went on the rampage this morning. They are complaining that Eskom has cut off their electricity supply over the past 3 weeks. They say that the situation has intensified over the past 4 days. And police have maintained a strong presence here in Kagiso. And to talk to us a little bit more about this, we have the spokesperson for the Gauteng police, Mr. K. Makubela. Kay, thank you so much for joining me. I can see you guys have got a strong presence here in Kagiso. But Kagiso is not the only place that's experienced a lot of service delivery protests. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, indeed. It's not only here in Kagiso. We had protests in Penville, we have protests in Soshanguve, and we also have protests in Val. So far, the police have been deployed in numbers there to monitor the situation. And then yesterday we had a number of protests as well, where we arrested about 8 suspects for public violence. One was arrested for attempted murder after he shot at the protesters. And we previously arrested 4 suspects in Beggersdal, 2 for public violence, 2 for possession of stolen property, which we believe they might have taken from the looting which took place in Beggersdal.
One of the concerning issues is how violent the protests have become. What is the warning or how would you like to urge the communities to conduct themselves while they're protesting?
Well, as much as we understand that they have got grievances or something to protest about, and it's within their rights to do so, but let them not disturb the other community members, particularly by barricading the main roads which lead to the work where they are going to work for their kids. And we are saying people who have grievances, let them engage with the authority, let them see how best they can resolve their problem rather than to take it to the street.
And police have had to deploy more resources as a result of these protests that have popped up the past couple of weeks.
Yes, indeed, we have deployed all over where the protest is taking place, and all where the protest is taking place, there are police stations as well, but the public order policing is also deployed there. The other units are deployed there to make sure that they restore the law and order in the area. Our intelligence also, they are on the ground to make sure that they gather information as to what prompts these protests.
All right, thank you so much. That was K. Makubela, the spokesperson for the Gauteng police, just giving us a bit more information about the protests that have been sweeping across the province over the past couple of days. And, you know, the biggest protest that's happening right now is one of the protests is this one here in Kagiso, but there have been several that have mushroomed across the province. The residents here of Kagiso Extension 6 say that their community leaders have gone to Eskom management to speak to them and try and resolve the issue. But up until the issue is not resolved, they will continue with their protests. They will continue barricading the roads in and out of the area to ensure that their demands are ultimately heard. With that, it's back to you in the studio.